Previously on Avatar.
Okay, so... Oh. Jet! No. Oh, that's rough. That's really rough. Hey, whippersnappers, this is Tortimer the Grey. Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Pokeath'locke Season 6. This season, we're taking on an Avatar lock, and as members of the Earth Kingdom, we can only use rock types, ground types, steel types, and fighting types. I say it every episode just to see if I remember. We are actually picking up a little bit of a different spot. I guess technically we started this episode on Route 18 there. I decided as I was rewatching this series recently because it's been a little while. And realized, I'm really, generally speaking, have been cutting out most fluff routes and things like that, things that just don't really add anything. And unfortunately for Terminus Cave and Route 18, they don't really add anything to the proceedings. So, despite what I've been saying for the last, 3 episodes, we are skipping those routes together. You will have seen in the previously on, however, that we did get a catch on that route. And you can see from the overlay, both then and now, that we have Kyoshi, our new Tyranitar, on the team. So that is fantastic. We are battling Sycamore, and I was talking to you and not really paying attention. Let's see. Toph is maybe not the best person for this job. Let us... Well, let's bring Suki in. Suki's back on the team, so, yes, if you guys, maybe I probably put it in the previous on just to be safe, because there wasn't a lot of engagement on a last episode, so if you missed the last episode, you probably have been spoiled already, but spoiler alert, we did lose Jet, our Mega Aerodactyl, so, the team is shaken up a little bit. Suki is back on the team. Suki's been with us for a while, and it seemed appropriate if we lost our flying type. We'd been finding the flying type to be rather helpful, and so Blastoise. Let's see. No, let's bring Toph back in for Blastoise. We've been finding the flying type to be rather helpful. So since Suki had already been kind of not a wholly rotating member of the team, but she had special little art on the overlay and everything. So I figured Suki would be a good addition. Hawlucha's a great Gen 6 Pokemon, so I figured why not? Let's go ahead and take advantage. All right, here we go. Now we're in the show. Let's bring Kyoshi out for Sycamore's Charizard here. But then that did leave us with an opening for a Mega. And we do have Haru. I do think, as I've been looking forward, that Haru will be making an appearance coming up. Let's go ahead. We'll set up the Mega Evolution, and I don't have a rock move on. I don't have a rock move on Kyoshi, apparently. I think I did it. I had Rock Tomb at one point. But replaced it maybe when Earthquake cropped up or something. We will fix that. But I'm not too worried. I think probably we have the power either way to take care of Charizard before Charizard can take care of us. But yes, so that left us room for a Mega. And since we had the option of potentially getting a Pupitar either on Route 18 or in Terminus Cave, I figured that might be fairly likely. We already had the T-Tarite, I think. Either that or no, yeah, we already had it. Because between episodes, we had, we picked up an Abomasanoite or something, and I did go ahead and change that into, I think, a Scissorite, because I do think there's a chance in upcoming episodes for us to find a Scissor. Now let's Repel's for... we probably don't need another repel right now. Let's quickly heal. Because I don't really remember. I don't think anybody really took any much of a beating there, but we do have 2 or 3 rival battles that we're going to be coming up against yet today, and then a gym battle. So don't want to lose anybody between now and the gym, certainly. Preferably we wouldn't lose anybody else, but let's... I don't think I want to be down in the swamp. I don't. I know that there's right here. We go, Uncle. There we go. It's like there's a bridge I need to be on, and probably being down in the swamp is not. I will come back and I will do an encounter here. Hopefully, it will not be necessary for our going ons. But hey, do you know what's about to happen? I have no idea, Shauna. We're gonna battle, silly. We are Pokemon trainers after all. All right, so we've got Shauna, and I think Tierno and Trevor are gonna show up as well, and then we'll be wrapping up today with gym number 8. So I figured that would be a more exciting, and I do want to get this series done by the end of the year. So I figured let's go ahead and let's skip the kind of filler route of Route 18 and Terminus Cave. We did catch Kyoshi. I wanted to say top. We did catch Kyoshi on Route 18, and because of that, I'm about to send in Goodra. We'll switch. Bring up Penelope. Because of that, I went ahead and used repels in Terminus Cave, so we did not get an encounter in Terminus Cave. I have a notion that potentially we could save our Terminus Cave encounter for Zygarde. after the league, maybe we'll make a quick detour or go pick up Zygarde. Maybe rerun the league. Greninja switch. Maybe then rerun the league so that Zygarde is also in the transfer pool. I don't know. Maybe you guys want to see a 10% Zygarde running next season. But that does lead us actually to we need to have a discussion about next season. Extrasensory. Okay, Toph's got that. That's fine. You're a dark type Greninja. Stay in your lane. So yes, next season. Because we skipped Route 18, that makes this the 3rd to last episode of this season. And so at this point in time, what I want from you guys is we need to start making some decisions. And you guys gave me some good feedback a couple of episodes ago on some thoughts you guys maybe had about what we should do next season. I do think we're kind of settling in on a picture. I don't think it's fully fleshed out yet. But basically we are going to be doing a SLAP-A-POW. And we are going to be doing kind of a night-themed, our encounters are going to, we're going to be doing less a firm definition and more of like a vibe check. Like, does this feel like a night-themed Pokemon? Yes? Alright, it's a legal encounter. Talonflame is not a Pokemon I want to be up against right now. It's Kyoshi. I really need to put Rock Tomb back on Kyoshi. I think I accidentally taught it Rock Polish or something at some point. Which is not going to be super helpful. We need, ooh. Talonflame doesn't learn close combat or something, right? Right, let's Mega. It'd be really embarrassing if we lost our brand new Mega. The first thing here. But, oh man. Tierno. I guess he's the dancing guy. Why are you doing me like this, man? Alright. Do sword dances. Goodness. Okay. Where are we? So yes, next season. So because this is the 3rd to last episode, what I need from you guys today, Roserade. Yeah, let's switch. Bring Roku out. We haven't seen Roku yet today. What I need from you guys is okay. So I'm kind of explaining. So we're doing the SLAP-A-POW. We are doing SLAP-A-POW. We're doing kind of night-themed vibe check for legal encounters. We are going to be doing... so Scad recommended, we do kind of a Dark Souls lock, where we, it's super hard mode. And we probably will be implementing some of that. I think, some of what we were talking about... Toph's a little injured. Let's bring Suki in. I think Suki still got the Lucky Egg on her, too. I need to get that off. Part of what was kind of instigating some of this was, hey, this one's maybe been a little easy, and obviously this game is kind of easy just generally, but what could we do, things were much more interesting when we were running the dice lock, and things were much more challenging. So like, well, let's up the challenge. And so we will be doing some of that. I don't think I'm gonna potentially, because Ultra Moon is such a hard game just generally. I don't know that I'm gonna go full hardcore mode where like no items in battle. But maybe we'll do it like. I can't purchase any items. Maybe anything I find on the ground is fair game, but once that stuff's gone, then you're out of luck, or something like that. I'm still, like I said, not all of this is fully defined yet, but we've kind of got the overall feel of what we're going for, and so we're gonna be looking to up the challenge, and I'm still kind of finishing the definitions on what that's gonna be, making it a little more difficult on ourselves. I think the game itself is going to be a lot more difficult just generally. We are gonna do the sleep lock. We are gonna do kind of like nighttime, not strict restrictions on monotype or even type at all, but just like, hey, does this Pokemon pass the nighttime vibes check, and things like that. We are also, there's going to be another component that I'm going to talk about more next time, but let's see, this is a Raichu. Let's bring Penelope in. But we'll talk about that next time, because what I really want your guys' feedback on today is let's go ahead and get our starter picked out. Originally I was thinking, all right, well, for the nighttime vibes, we're looking really at Litten or Rowlet, but about to send in Florges, switch Pokemon, yes, Boost Spirits. But Poplio actually learns Moonblast, I believe. Yes, I was gonna say I have Iron Head, right? So I think, obviously, I think Litten as a Dark type, Rowlet as a Ghost type, and definitely check. A lot of fairy types are associated with the moon and things, and Poplio does learn Moonblast. So I don't really see a reason to restrict us on the starter choices. I think you guys can choose between any of those. So what I really need from you guys today is for you guys to send an Aerodactyl. Will you switch your Pokemon? Yeah. I guess Penelope. What I really need from you guys today then is to let me know what your vote is for our starter. So just comment down below. Put as many words in the comment as you want, but in that comment, I want to hear from you guys who you think our starter should be. So your choices are, because we'll be in Alola running Ultra Moon, Rowlet, Poplio, and Litten. So we've used Rowlet on this channel before when we did the Sun Blind run, and then that's the only time we've run Alola, I think. But we've also used Chespin before, and we're using Chespin now, so that doesn't disqualify Decidueye. I love Decidueye. So if you guys want to see me running Rowlet, that is great. Or if you want to see Litten or Poplio, I think they all, and the vibe check things, like, I'm going to use whatever criteria I feel like using in the moment. That's why it's kind of going to be a vibe check. Like, I was joking, like, yeah, sure, Torkoal sets up Sun when he comes in, but his eyes are closed, so he passes the nighttime vibe check. But, jokingly. But probably a Pokemon that sets up Drought doesn't pass the Ultra Moon vibe check. But we're not going to be taking it too seriously. I think the game is going to be difficult enough that I don't think we need to take what we're doing too seriously, and I think it's going to be, especially trying to do Ultra Moon in one sitting. Now, I do have, we were talking in the Discord or the comments, I think, probably in the Discord. I was originally like, oh, let me double check, because I think last time we were talking, it was like, oh, the world record for Ultra Moon is like 3 hours. It's not, it's 5 hours, which is still, doable in a sitting. But that's the world record, like running a solo Pokemon, like not trying to keep a team going and things like that. So I was like, well, let me look at what the average is, and the average is like 30 hours or whatever. So I'm like, oh, I don't think, but that is handhold council, like 100% speed, and in like with this, I'm running at Y here at 200% speed. So I'm not really anticipating. I think we're still gonna try it. Like, I'm like, oh, if we are looking at a 2-hour or a 30-hour run here, like, that's probably not something I can reasonably do as a sleep lock. But if we're running it at 2 times speed, and I will do a test run before I go through, just so I'm like clear on the routing and stuff. Yeah, I think it's something we're gonna give a shot to. Let's see, we gotta find. I know we gotta go find Wolfric. Oh gosh, I just want the way out of town. Don't you know? Here we go. And here we are. All right. There's a little topsy-turvy windy in there.
You know what this place is? Welcome to Pokemon Village. This place is a secret, you know? Most of the Pokemon here runaways escape from bad people who did awful things to them. It's a shame how many heartless strangers can't bother to care for Pokemon out there. Some of these Pokemon, though, some are just too strong and found they didn't really have a place in the outside world, so they came here. Pokemon sure seem to think highly of you. You had good times together, haven't you? Hey, you all, come on out now. This one's all right.
Isn't there like a Mewtwo in here or something? The ones that are too strong and don't have a place.
Let me get you one challenge. That's right. Yep. Not so sorry to inconvenience you like this. I'll be waiting for you back at the gym then. Before you can come by, I think it would be good to spend some time with the Pokemon here.
You think so? I don't remember. I don't remember this place. Oh well.
Gavita.
Ooh. I don't. We're not gonna spend time. Ooh. I said we're not gonna spend time. Yeah, I don't. We're not gonna. Even if we have an encounter here, we're not gonna spend time. Alrighty. So got that taken care of. He's back in his gym now. We do need to make a quick tweak to the team. Let's quick heal. We had to do a couple of battles in the woods there. And then we do have Toph on the team, who I don't really want to risk in the ice gym. So we're going to go ahead and grab Haru, and we'll pop Haru on the team in Toph's place. And I think otherwise that looks fine. All right. Suki I would switch out to, but I don't think it's gonna be a concern. I think it'll be fine. I don't think we're gonna need to put Suki in, and I'm feeling more protective than of Toph at the moment. So we will do that. All right. Okay. All right. Here we go. But yes. So what were we talking about before the interlude there? Yes, the starter vote for next season. So yeah, I want to get that out of the way now because I want to be able to have your votes tabulated by the time... Yeah, we'll should get 2 Pokemon, we'll Mega Level. I want to have those votes tabulated by the time that the final episode comes out. So I will be getting your guys' feedback on something else next episode, but then the final episode, once we've beaten the Elite Four and we kind of have our surviving members, I guess we should talk about what the transfer pool consists of. The transfer pool, the Pokemon who are able, like Penelope and Roku, who are able to be transferred between seasons, those consist of Pokemon who survived through to the Hall of Fame. So Pokemon that were on our team when we defeated the Elite Four and were registered in the Hall of Fame. Those surviving Pokemon enter into the transfer pool to be able to be eligible to go into a future season. So once we defeat the Elite Four, once we defeat them and we know which Pokemon survived that encounter and ended up in the Hall of Fame, we will know who is eligible to potentially be transferred into the next season. Oh, I guess I could have gone through the middle there. And we'll go through here. So yeah, I think that hopefully that makes sense. And so, but what I would like is to have the starter kind of finalized by that point, so that I can tell you, okay, this is who you guys voted as starter. Our starter will be, Litten or whatever. And then you can use that to kind of inform who you want to vote for in that last episode for the transfers. Because oftentimes people like to strategize, well, if you're going to have a dark fire type as your starter, as example, then maybe these other Pokemon will synergize well with it or whatever. But so it's just generally helpful to have... yeah, we'll bring Roku in. It's generally helpful to have that kind of information solidified ahead of time. So that's what I need from you guys. As I said before, just comment down below. What would you guys like? What would you guys like to see? Either Rowlet, Litten, or Popplio. I think we're gonna say they all passed the vibe check at this point. Ooh, oh yes, Ironhead, yes, yes. Let's give it a Fairy Wind. So yeah, I think that about covers what I need from you guys today. Is just again those starter votes. If you want whatever justification you want to give or whatever, I'm fine with that. Oh, it looks like we do need to rotate. Hey. Oh. This is the puzzle that never ends. There we go. Fantastic. All right, let's see. Next one up. So yes. Hopefully that's all clear. Clear as mud anyway. I will have the full rule set. Goodness gracious, my words today. I will have the full rule set fully defined for when we kick off the sleep-lock. But for right now, that's kind of enough to get us going with. What was that? Oh, we're confused. Please don't do that. There we go. Good job, Haru. So yeah, doing a sleep-lock, Pokemon Ultra Moon with kind of vibes on which Pokemon fit the theme. I didn't look and see who it was. Let's assume something icy, and we'll bring out Roku. We will be trying to make it, as difficult on ourselves as we can, within reason. Obviously, it is a much more difficult game, so I think the difficulty level will be there. But not going to take it too easy on ourselves either. I tend to we're kind of here for the. We're kind of here for the vibes, just generally with the Hexath'locke or the Pokeath'locke. Not the Hexath'locke. That series is long gone. Call Mine. Who's trying to learn from Call Mine? Roku. No, I don't need that nonsense on Roku. No, keep all moves. Yes. Jinx switch. But yeah. Sleep-lock. Vibe checks. More difficult, but probably not as difficult as maybe people would like to see, just because it's going to be a more difficult game, and I do want to get through it. Because this is a continuing series, I'm motivated to oh, well, we failed it. No, we want to continue the series into, Gen 9 or whatever. Not that we're going to fudge things to make that happen, but I'm also not going to intentionally, set myself up for a challenge where, yeah, no, you're just going to fail it. That's just not, you're not getting through this. At least that's not my initial goal here. So it will be challenging. I think probably what we will do is I can't buy potions and things, but to use in battle. I guess I should say. Well, that's It would be really hard to segregate them if I'm allowing myself to buy them. It would be really hard to segregate them if I'm I'm using these outside of it, because the idea is you can use whichever ones you pick up off the ground. So probably, I do think maybe doing it all in one sitting will make it a little challenging, because I'm ooh, well, how do I do this? Maybe I can do Resto Chesto and give everybody rest and then a Chesto Berry, and then they can heal in battle that way or something. But I don't think with the limited time passing in game that I'll be able to get enough berries. Even with the Pokeath'locke and stuff to be able to make a strategy like that work. But I don't know. Still playing with it. I will have the full rules kind of defined as well as they're going to be as it is. But I watched a guy. I googled Ultra Moon Sleep-lock, and there is a couple people who have done them. Yeah, by the end of it, he was like, yeah, we're gonna do this in 2 12-hour streams or whatever was kind of his plan. He's like, and then it spiraled, and it ended up being 3 12-hour streams. It was oh no. It's oh goodness, yeah. If this accidentally takes 12 hours longer than it should, that would be a rough thing that I wouldn't really want to be participating in. All right, I'm gonna switch. What are people's levels looking like? Kyoshi doesn't have a rock move. I think we'll just let Haru do it. We haven't seen a lot of Haru. So that should be fine. Nobody's hurt. So let's just jump into it. But yeah, so the goal will be to make it challenging enough that it is challenging and fun, but not so challenging that it's basically an automatic loss. I mean, there are a lot of automatic loss conditions in Ultra Moon as it is. There are things we're going to have to keep an eye on, like keeping an eye out for, Ultra Necrozma at the very end. We could get, 25 hours into this run and then just get wiped by Ultra Necrozma and everything be for naught. So there are things, and I will have to go through and map, like, okay, these are the big battles we need to prepare for, and make sure that we have got some sort of strategy with the tools that we are given on how to get through those. But yeah, Sukirinos from swords. Ooh, yeah, we'll get rid of Skytech. Sword stance is always helpful to have around. Why not? Oh, hail. Okay, Cryogonal. I'm not worried about Cryogonal. I love Mega Mawile. I do think so. As a note, so next episode is Victory Road. Assuming Wolfric doesn't wipe us, next episode is Victory Road. I guess either way. Well, no. Anyway, next episode is Victory Road, and then the episode after that is going to be next episode after that will be the Elite Four. Man, Ironhead was very aptly timed there. Good job, Haru. Good job. Ice body. What's that do? Oh, heals a little bit. Fun. What I do think we're going to do. So, talking about transfers, Penelope and Roku are both in the transfer pool. So if I take both of them into the Elite Four, they are potentially taking the slot of another Pokemon who could eventually end up in the transfer pool. In some generations in the past, where we've had rotating team members that we've been very excited about keeping with us, we have potentially boxed some of our transfers because they're already in the pool. They don't have to get back in. They're already in a Hall of Fame. They qualify whether they get in this Hall of Fame or not. And I do think that Haru is a Pokemon that we've used enough times and is going to be useful enough in the Elite Four that I'm probably going to plan on... I think maybe Penelope was the one I was thinking. Either Penelope or Roku. I got to look back at what the Elite Four has to offer and who we're going to need. Ooh, Ice Beam. Nice. I don't really have any special attackers on the team, but maybe we can make use of that. But I think that Haru is going to have enough utility that we're probably going to be... looking at probably either Penelope or Roku. I think I decided it was going to be Penelope. Will be in the box, and this is basically the team we will have. Well, not this is the team we will have, but the team will be Haru and then Toph and so on and so forth, depending on who I guess survives the next episode or two. But yeah, so that is kind of what we are looking at. Here's Future Jam. I know love looks like generally we've never been right. Since you're such a star, let me get off the Pokemon League.
You know what? Your Zonal Better announcers really want to know what to do. It's time to head off to the Pokemon League. Listen up now. Trust in your Pokemon. There's no limit you can achieve.
That's right. So yeah, probably Haru's going to be on the team. I think Penelope is the one who I decided we could probably do without in the Elite Four. As great as she's been, this is also, I think, Penelope's 3rd season, so she can afford to sit out. But yeah. Anyway, guys, that is what we were going to be doing. Next episode, we're going to be hitting that Elite Victory Road, and then Elite Four after that. So very excited about that. Make sure to get your starter votes for next season in the comments down below, and I will see you guys all back here next time, and we'll talk about more about what I need to hear from you guys about next season. So as always, guys, I've been Tortimer the Great, and you guys have been great. Have a good one.